Hey guys, welcome to this 2023 crochet temperature blanket explanation, tutorial, inspiration video, whatever you want to call it, whatever you're here for. I'm going to tell you guys about my 2023 crochet temperature blanket. So, in 2022, I started crocheting for the first time. I picked it up and decided to do a temperature blanket for 2022. I did a granny square pattern for the year. I documented the high and the low temperature in the town that I live in, and it turned out pretty good. Definitely looks like a beginner made it, but you know, it's handmade. You can tell, and you can tell the heart that I put into it. And yeah, I should probably do another one like it sometime just to show the growth in my skills. But anyway, that blanket was a little bit smaller than I wanted it to be. It's a good throw size, but it's just not like super cozy. Like if you're a taller person, it's not gonna be really big enough for you. Like if you're on the couch and if you want to like cover up completely, like it'll cover your legs, but not like your whole body, you know. So I wanted 2023's blanket to be bigger, and I got that for sure. So this is not Joseph's coat of many colors. It is my 2023 crochet temperature blanket. It is ginormous. When I say ginormous, I mean, look at this thing. It is huge. So I measured it. It is about 6 feet wide, okay? It is a little over 12 feet long. It's huge. Like I said, it is huge. So I don't really know how I'm going to use this blanket in any practical sense, but it turned out looking pretty darn good. So I'm going to share with you guys how I did it and give you guys maybe some inspiration if you're looking to do your own temperature blanket. This pattern was so easy. I just kind of made it up myself. I didn't really use any kind of inspiration. I just was like, a stripe a day. I need to do a small stitch. Let me do a single crochet. So we have one single crochet row for each day of the year. I should have probably gone with like a slip stitch or done like every week. But nevertheless, we have this massive blanket. So, like I said, each stripe represents one day of the year, and each color represents a 5-degree temperature range, with the exception of the lowest temperature range because it doesn't get super cold where I live. So the beginning of the year, this is the end. The beginning is right here. So I started with a white stripe. It's actually white with some different colored little speckles in it, and the little speckles match the other colors in the blanket, so that's cool. So this starts off the year, and then we have that same white yarn marking each month. So we've got beginning of the year starting January, and then February starts here, March starts here, April starts here, going all the way until the end. And then I put another white stripe at the very, very end of the blanket here. So my colors, it's really kind of cool to see because it's like almost symmetrical looking with the colors. You've got lots of blues and greens and purples on each of the ends, and then in the middle is very pink and red, and then you're going back to the blues and greens and purples and stuff, and then kind of in between you've got some orange and green and yellow. So it's pretty cool how that works out. So my color temperature ranges, I had a 30 to 39 degree temperature range And I'm only doing high temperatures for this blanket. So like 30 to 39, like it definitely got below. It definitely got like that cold between 30 and 39, but the high temperature was never below 40 this entire year. So I never used my 30 to 39 degree color, and I bought it, but I never used it. So that color was kind of like a fuchsia color. Let me see if I have my colors really quick. Camera stop. So let me tell you guys about my key for my blanket. I created this at the beginning of the year, and it's got like a little sample piece of yarn for each color range, and I just wrote the range on here. I did decide over the summer to add another hotter range, so 95 and up. I added another color, so it's not on here, but I'll go over that in a second when we go through each color. So for the most part, I did 5-degree temperature ranges for each color. When it got to the coldest, I did 10 degrees just because it doesn't get super cold here. I live in the southeast, so you will see I didn't even use my coldest color. So the yarn I used was the I Love This yarn from Hobby Lobby. It is $4.99 for a skein of yarn, and it's usually, like not usually, but once every like 3-ish weeks, it's on sale for 30% off. So I tried to make sure I got my first haul of yarn when it was 30% off, and then tried to time when I needed to get more when it was on sale. But even so, like, it's a big thing of yarn for $5, so it's not a terrible price. So my month marker is this color. It's white with like different colored speckles in it, and the colors in the yarn match a lot of the solid colors that I use through my blanket, so I thought that was cool. This is called Fruit Salad, is the name of this color. So that was my month marker color. So my coldest temperature range was 39 and below, and there was not a single day where the high temperature was 39 or below. But if it had been that cold, I would have used this fuchsia color. It's nice. It's a nice, pretty color, but I'd never used it on this blanket. I used it for a couple other things because I figured I probably wouldn't ever need it for the blanket. So that's under 39 and below. 40 to 49 degrees. I did 10 degrees for this range because it, again, does not get that cold. Is this just royal purple color. And then 50 to 54 degrees, I used periwinkle. 55 to 59 degrees, I used royal blue. 60 to 64 degrees, we used turquoise. 65 to 69 degrees, we used this emerald green. 70 to 74 degrees, we used light green. This calls it mid green. It's mid. Like cool kids say, it means it's not very good. I think it's great. 75 to 79 degrees, we used yellow. What is it called? Literally just called yellow. 80 to 84 degrees, we use this orangey color. I'm not a huge fan of this shade of orange. This is called Mango, and it's a little bit like more coral-y orange than I wanted it to be, but there wasn't really another good orange option. The other orange was almost red, and I didn't want it to be that close to red, so we went with this one. Mango for 80 to 84 degrees, and then 85 to 89 degrees. I don't have any more left, but it is like a bright, like fire engine red color, just red. And then 90 to 94 degrees, we did this hot pink color, which was super cool in the summer because back in the era where all that Barbie stuff was popular, we had a lot of Barbie pink in the temperature blanket, so very fitting. And then I decided to add another higher range when summer came through, and we did black for 95 and up because it gets hot. We didn't have a ton of 95 and up days, but we did have a few. We didn't have any over 100 this year, so no super extreme weather in 2023. Nothing below 39, nothing above 100. So pretty mild year weather-wise. But yeah, that's my temperature blanket for 2023. As big as it is, I'm sure it will be used in some way. Maybe a decoration piece, maybe it could be doubled over and be a super warm blanket. It may go as like a blanket for my guests if they stay here. I don't know, but super colorful, super fun. And if you guys are looking into making a temperature blanket of your own, I hope you use this as some inspiration. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in 2025.